Just sit here?
Yeah, just sit over there.
Alright.
We're good. Mic set up and stuff?
Yeah, it's good.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. So you're just gonna ask me questions?
Yeah, should ask a few questions. It should be super simple, just super easy. The first question being, what do you know about Kashmir?
What do I know about Kashmir? Well, I know that it's between Pakistan and India.
Mommy, what does Kashmir mean to you? Everything.
What do you know about Kashmir?
Not much, but I wish I knew more.
I don't know much about Kashmir.
Nothing.
I don't know anything about it.
Honestly, I knew nothing. I thought it was a city in Afghanistan.
I've heard that it's heaven on earth.
No.
The country? Nothing? What do you know about Kashmir?
I took geography class.
I know that Kashmir is next to India, and yeah, I have a friend from there, and I know there's a lot of dispute in the land.
I don't know much about Kashmir.
I don't know much about Kashmir.
Kashmir is like a problem child. Scratch that. Kashmir is like a problem child who asks for too much freedom. All want to go hiking, go outside, have friends. It's too much, you know. Like bloody hell, just go walk around this $200,000 house, man.
What is this? What is this you're recording on? TikToks? Huh? Stop doing TikTok, okay? You already have enough TikToks. Look at the clock, huh? That's the only TikTok you need in your life, okay? Go do some calculus. In fact, some geography too, man. You don't know where you are.
Man, just let him TikTok. He could be the next Charlie D'Amelio. You don't even know, man.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
In 1947, after the partition of India and Pakistan, many princely states were left to decide which country they wanted to be a part of, and most of them decided based off religion. However, there was one exception, Jammu and Kashmir. See, Kashmir has a majority Muslim population, but a Hindu leader, so the country decided to stay neutral. That is, until Pakistan invaded, and then India comes in, and it starts the First War. This First Indo-Pak War kind of sets up Kashmir to be the octagon of where these two giants fight. They would go on to fight 3 more wars, 2 of them being even inside Kashmir. You know, I know recently now when we talk about India-Pakistan fighting, you know, it seems like a joke, but we forget that these are 2 nuclear powers. And so whenever these guys fight, the whole world is seeking to lower their tensions, and swept under the rug is the voices and the oppression of the Kashmiris.
Why is your wife so buff?
Been waiting for this question. She drinks her own titty milk. What's the name of the child? Drinks it. Instantly goes to her muscles.
Why is your mom so jacked? Because I don't do recording TikToks all day, man. I hit gym. Damn. Am I done here, man? What am I doing here?
Now back to the First Indo-Pak War. The UN intervened and created these zones in Kashmir in order to be a placeholder until they hold their own plebiscite. Till they hold their own plebiscite on whether they want to be independent, a part of Pakistan or India. But that vote, till this day, has actually never happened. So this left the question, what happens to these placeholder areas? Pakistan gave them autonomy, and so did India with Article 370 and 35A, which gave them the ability to elect their own leaders, determine who's a permanent resident, and also other rights. However, they were still never able to hold their right to self-determination and decide who they wanted to be a part of. And even then, their autonomy seemed kind of puppeted, which was exposed in 1987.
Make sure you get my right bicep.
So is like India abusive to Kashmir?
No comment.
What would you say is your greatest achievement?
My son. Not Kashmir. Sri Lanka.
In 1987, Kashmiris witnessed an allegedly rigged election with aims to put pro-India people into power. This, combined with decades of the denial of their political rights, created a huge mass uprising with the Kashmiris, with some of them even picking up arms with the help of Pakistan. India replies to this by bringing over 500,000 soldiers into the valley, cracking down and militarizing the streets. India brought so many troops that 1 out of every 20 people in Kashmir became a soldier who could act with complete impunity. And they come in and they do atrocious stuff. Gang rapes, hundreds of unlawful killings, thousands of people detained illegally, cases of people disappearing and then being tortured. And with the impunity, barely anyone was charged. Wait, who is that?
Yo guys, what's up? My name is Rakesh. I'm a social influencer and marketer. I'm on Shadi.com.
ladies. I like to party, have fun, you know, do the cool things. Man, I really need to stop making new characters.
So the heavy Indian military presence in Kashmir brought many tragedies to the Kashmiris. And when you do this to a community that's already revolting, even more violence propagates. And that sometimes creates extremists, who are even targeting the local civilian population.
i.e., what happened to the pundits?
So now, you have militants acting against their occupiers, and then the extremists, which hurts the Kashmiris even more.
2016 brought a new weapon to use against the Kashmiris, the pellet shotgun. Aimed at protesters, these weapons killed 18 people, injured 6,000, blinded 139, and caused eye injuries to 800 people. This was the world's first case of mass blinding and a clear show of excessive force, but no one was ever charged because of two things: the Armed Forces Special Powers Act and the Public Safety Act. Recording?
Yes, motherfucker.
Chotu, it's your birthday, we got you a cake.
I got you cake. Upside down. Stop showing me. Show me again, actually.
Chotu!
Happy birthday, look at this.
Now you're 74 years old, you have to start thinking about independence, things like that, you know, what you're gonna do with your life, your job, your career, things like that in my nature.
What do you mean, independence? Like what? It is just his 74th birthday.
Birthday over. What is this independence? Independence. You think you want independence? Yeah, man. Come on, look at this birthday cake. Come on, man. You want this cake, man? You want this cake, man? Shit, come, get this cake. Come eat, Chotu. Come eat the cake. Go eat. Woof woof. Dog pound!
On August 5th, 2019, after 30 years of being occupied and decades of not being able to exercise their right to self-determination, India removes Article 370 and 35A, which remove autonomy from the region of Kashmir. And instantly after, India restricted all movement in and out of the area, created a curfew, and detained 4,000 people without charge because of the Public Safety Act. The removal of Article 370 was just a beatdown for the Kashmiris. I mean, they've been fighting for their political rights for so long, then they were being oppressed by the military, and then they lost all of their autonomy. I mean, honestly, how would you guys feel if that happened to you? But that wasn't all. There was also a huge communication blackout. Kashmiris in the valleys were unable to use their phones or internet. Students can't go to class, journalists are struggling to print out things, doctors, firefighters, and even 911 responses were all curtailed. And seriously, despite calls from the UN and the US to end this, the blackout remained for a whole 213 days. I'm in the big boy chair now, talking about big boy stuff. The removal of 370 and 35A made Kashmir a land grab game for India, and dubbed by some as settler colonialism. Now, Stand With Kashmir and Harvard Law have great resources on this, talking about ecology, land grabs, employment changes, and all that good stuff. But for this video, we're going to talk about one thing: the change in domicile law. In 2018, India changed who can become a permanent resident in Kashmir. Originally, this right was given to Kashmiris. However, with the removal of 35A, India made it so that people who have no ethnic ties to Kashmir can now become permanent residents. And this is problematic because permanent residence means you can start buying land. Human rights groups have a lot of problems with this. For one, the country's supposed to hold a referendum, and by having non-Kashmiris get into Kashmir, this causes a change in demographics for that referendum in the future. And number two, Kashmir is supposed to be an indigenous population area because it's not officially a part of India. So, having people start moving in there causes a huge land grab opportunity. This is where the settler colonialism starts to come in, and it has huge implications for the future of Kashmir.
Do you think Kashmir will ever be free?
Look, I don't know, man. It's up to my wife. I have no control in the power anymore. Of course, at first I didn't really want him to be free.
Hey man, get the hell out of here, dude! Got it!
He's grown up now. He's 74. So, I think it might be time.
Free? He's my little Chotu. I cannot let him run around. Go away, man. He'll be with me forever.
And that's it, you're grounded. No electricity, no water, no toilet, no restroom, nothing. This is what you get, man. There's your independence. Happy birthday, man. Dog.
So, do you want to say anything?
Hello? Is this not TikTok? No? Chotu, come on. No more TikTok for you. Come on. Get the hell out of here. Get out. Go back to your room. Go. Do some calculus.
Guys, honestly, this was my least educational video yet. And the reason why is because, like Palestine, Kashmir is a very complicated issue. It's not going to take a 10-minute box video in order to figure it out. And because of that, we decided to do something different. We made
Sweatshirts.
sweat.
You've probably seen me wearing them throughout this video or my other videos, but these are the free Kashmir shirts. They're iron-on embroidered sweatshirts, and you can get them at the Launchgood link below. The organization we're donating to is Kashmir Education Initiative, and it's a great organization which helps Kashmiris in the valley who've been deprived of a good education get one. All the money donated on the Launchgood goes straight to charity, and we have multiple colors. So I want to see you guys wearing it out. And if anything, free Kashmir did.